What if I told you there's a company quietly watching every inch of the earth every single day, not for spying, but for something much bigger, a company that most people have never heard of, yet governments, militaries, and billion-dollar corporations are already paying millions to use its data. And here's the twist. This same company's stock is still trading like a small player. But what if, by 2030, this could become one of those rare 10x opportunities? Today, we are talking about Planet Labs, and this is not just a stock story. This feels like the beginning of something most people will realize too late. So don't skip, because the final part might completely flip your perspective. Let me take you somewhere for a second. Imagine you're sitting in a control room, hundreds of screens in front of you. On one screen, you see crops growing. On another, ships moving across the ocean. On another, a military base changing overnight. Now imagine you don't have to be there physically. All of this is coming to you from space. That's exactly what Planet Labs is building. Not just satellites, but a system that captures the entire Earth every single day. And here's where it gets interesting. Most companies collect data, but the real money is made by companies that make that data useful. Planet Labs doesn't just take pictures. They turn those images into insights. Farmers use it to predict crop yields. Governments use it to track climate changes. Defense agencies use it to monitor threats. This is not a nice-to-have service. This is becoming a must-have system. And when something becomes a necessity, that's when real money starts flowing in. Now here's something people are ignoring. This company is not targeting small customers. Their biggest clients are governments, and governments don't think in months. They think in decades. When a government signs a contract, it's not for fun. It's for long-term dependency. And once they start relying on your data, switching becomes almost impossible. That means recurring revenue, predictable growth, and a strong foundation for the future. But here's the twist. Despite all this, the company is still not fully profitable, and that scares a lot of investors away. But if you've ever studied the biggest winners in the market, you'll notice a pattern. Many of them looked weak right before they exploded, because they were investing heavily, building something most people didn't understand yet. And this is where the story gets interesting. Now let's talk about something even bigger: artificial intelligence. Everyone is talking about AI, but very few are asking the right question. Where does AI get its data from? Because without data, AI is useless. Planet Labs is sitting on one of the most powerful datasets on Earth. Daily, real-time, global data. Now imagine combining that with AI. You don't just see what's happening, you start predicting what's going to happen next. Crop failures, natural disasters, economic activity. This is where things shift from interesting to extremely valuable, because prediction is where the real money is. But wait, it gets deeper. Most people think Planet Labs is just a satellite company. That's the biggest misunderstanding. The real business is not satellites. The real business is subscription-based data. That means customers pay again and again and again. This is the same model that built some of the biggest tech companies in the world. Once the system is in place, every new customer adds more profit with very little extra cost. That's how companies scale fast, and scaling is where stocks multiply. Now here comes the part most people don't see. The world is changing fast. Climate change, geopolitical tensions, resource shortages. All of these problems have one thing in common. They require real-time awareness. Countries need to know what's happening instantly, and Planet Labs is one of the few companies already doing that at scale. This is not just a business trend. This is a global shift, and companies positioned in the middle of a global shift often become massive. But before you get too excited, there's something you need to hear. Let's be real for a second. This is not a guaranteed success story. There are risks, competition, high costs, and the biggest one, profitability. If the company fails to control its losses, things can go wrong. And that's exactly why the opportunity exists in the first place. Because if everything was perfect, the stock would already be expensive. So now the real question is, are you looking at this as just another risky stock? Or are you looking at it as an early stage opportunity in a future-driven industry? Because sometimes the biggest returns don't come from certainty. They come from understanding something before everyone else does. And maybe, just maybe, Planet Labs is one of those stories. A company quietly building something powerful while the world is still distracted. A company that could either struggle or completely explode by 2030. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is a hidden gem or just hype? Drop your opinion in the comments. And if you want more videos like this, where we break down stocks that could actually change your future, make sure you subscribe, because the next one might be even bigger than this. And remember, the biggest opportunities are usually the ones that feel uncertain at the beginning.